Man alive, this is just from 1 month's production. Right, so first off, obviously you're going to need to get yourself a bit of space, and then you're going to need to get yourself a sugar mill. So there's two options in the menu. We've got the big one there. It's going to cost you 240 grand. So what we'll do, we'll place that down just like that. There we are. And so that's going to be the standard one, the one that we're all used to. But we have got a smaller version down here. Now obviously it being smaller, yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer, and it's not going to do it, you know, it's not going to hold as much, but you can still get some sugar out of it. So obviously the choice is yours. 240 grand, 36 grand, going to get more out. Well, you're going to get the stuff quicker than you will do with this one. But obviously this is more like the cottage farm industry, you know, sort of have like a small little plant on your farm, you know, just chugging along nicely. Whereas the big one is the more industrial version. So entirely up to you which one you go for. Now on the small one, you got your pallet spawn point just there, so only really enough room for one pallet. You got your loading in point just there. Production chain menu is just there. Then on the big one, so you got your pallet spawn point and then your production chain menu there, and then round the back side, depending on which way you put it down, you got your loading in point just there. Now they both take the same. Obviously, you know, one's going to run faster than the other, so we've got our standard sugar mill here, so you can do the sugar beet cut, the sugar beet, and then the sugar cane. So you got your recipe there, so you got 2 sugar cane to 1 sugar. We've then got 2 sugar beet to 1.05 sugar. That's a bit of a random recipe, 1.05, but all right, fair enough. And then 5 sugar beet cut to the 3 sugar. So obviously a little bit of a different recipe if you're going to go for the extra step of cutting your sugar beet. Now you come down to the little version, same sort of recipes. What you will notice is the capacity of the actual crop coming in is a lot less, and so's the cycles. I mean, we've got that sugar beet there, 1,272 cycles, and it's going to hold 36,000 litres compared to the big one, which is going to hold 360,000 litres, and then for the sugar beet itself, 12,720. So a tenth less, or the big one's a tenth more, depending on how you look at it. So that's going to do a little bit, well, the time that does one, that's going to do 10. So obviously, you know, you do you. If you want to go more industrial, obviously you go for the bigger one. If you want to just, you know, make a little bit of sugar on the side of your farm, go for the little one. Fair enough. Now, obviously it's all going to make sugar. So whether you put cut sugar beet, standard sugar beet, or your sugar cane in, you're only going to get one product out. So it doesn't really make much difference in that sense. But obviously I've gone for sugar beet because it's the easiest one to harvest. Let's face it, it's the easiest one to plant and get out of the ground. So we're going to put all that in, and then we're going to fast forward a month, and we're going to get some sugar pallets out of it. And obviously, before we fast forward a month, we need to make sure that it's turned on. So you go to whichever recipe you're doing and make sure that it's highlighted there. So now we're good to go. Right, so here we are, a month on, and to be fair, this is 1 month's production. That's insane, that really is. So we've got pallets, 1,000 litres each, and obviously it's got a 100 kilo weight because I've got the liftable pallets mod on. So if you've got that, you can move it around by hand, so jobs are good. But that being said, dear oh dear, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 13 pallets. Well, that's unlucky. 13 pallets of sugar in 1 month. That's ridiculous, but in a good way. I mean, you're really going to rip through your sugar, no problem. So we've still got 13,000, well, nearly 14,000 litres of sugar beet. So that's used about 20-ish thousand litres to get 13 pallets. Now that being said, oh, that tastes, that is it, that produces that wow quick. Oh, very nice. Right, so once you've made your sugar, obviously you could sell it off. There's a couple of different places you could take it. So you got your farmer's market, you could rent a train and take it to Gold Coast Valley, you got your restaurant, and then you got your small farmer's kiosk. But there is a couple of places you can take it if you want to take it another stage further. And the first one is going to be your bakery. So you got your pallet spawn point at the side there. Then we'll come around the back and you've got your loading in point just there. And you're going to be able to make it with a few other things. Obviously, put your sugar in as part of a recipe. So you're going to need your sugar to go into the cakes. and obviously you're going to need a few extra things as well. But obviously, one of the parts of the recipe, and I put my teeth in, is going to be sugar to make the cakes. Now, if you don't fancy making cakes, well, you can take it to the dairy. So you got your loading in point just there. You got your pallet spawn point around that side, and in the dairy, you're again going to be able to make it into some other things. So we have got chocolate we can make out of here. Oh, fair enough. Who doesn't love a bit of chocolate? Oh, I do like chocolate, I must admit. Now, once you've made it into chocolate, you could then take that chocolate and put it into the cereal factory. So you got your pallet spawn point and loading in point just there. Then obviously this is going to go in and you're going to be able to make some chocolate cereal. Oh, fair enough. But obviously, that's a bit of a long going process. So you need to put it into the sugar mill to then put it into the dairy to make it into the chocolate for the chocolate factory. Well, the chocolate cereal factory anyway. But that being said, I'm amazed by that. That is awesome. I mean, 13 pallets in 1 month of sugar. That is great.